Hey guys, so in today's video I'm going to show you how to switch from grayscale drawing to a colored one. Now as you guys can see, I actually changed the background color. Now this sketch is from my previous video where I actually teach you guys how to draw eyes, nose and lips really easily. So if you haven't watched that tutorial, go ahead and watch it. I will link it down in the description below. Now here what I'm doing is I'm basically just flattening the whole group and I'm creating a new layer above that, and actually here just playing around with the layer modes. But what you have to do is you just have to choose two layer modes. So you will see later in this video that I actually ended up selecting soft light and multiply. Now the reason why I was playing out is because I just wanted to see what looks the best with this painting. So you don't have to stick to those layer mode to change your grayscaled painting to a colored one. You don't have to stick to soft light or multiply. You can always just go ahead and play around with different layer modes. And one more thing that I learned, because I don't usually go from grayscale to colored ones, I just directly paint the colors on my painting. Do not add clipping mask to the layer above, the layer that is above your grayscale painting. So do not add clipping mask, and especially if you're using Procreate. So yeah, I mean you can just go ahead and start playing around with different layer modes, but I ended up having soft light and multiply. Now the reason why you want to have two different layers with two different layer modes is because you want to build up colors over that grayscaled painting. Now you don't have to worry about adding any depth or adding highlight because you have already done that in your grayscaled painting, and that is why it's so easy to color your paintings once you have the grayscaled version of it. And I actually forgot to record the part where I was actually painting the whole thing. So basically I just added this skin color which was a little darker than the background skin color, and that's all I did. So yeah, and also if you're not satisfied with soft light and multiply layer mode, you can always go ahead and add one more layer, and do not change the layer mode to anything and keep it normal. Start adding color really lightly over your painting, and that's how you build up colors over your grayscaled painting. Because sometimes the grayness or sometimes when you color over your grayscaled paintings, there you can still see through the colors. You can still see the gray colors or the black colors underneath those colors. I hope this is making sense, you guys. Sometimes it's just really hard to explain things, but I hope this is making sense, and that is why I say not sticking to just one layer mode. First, just play around with different layer modes. Do not take what I am doing here as a rule. You create your own rules for coloring your painting, so just play around with those layer modes just to find out what works for you, also what works for the painting that you are actually creating. Now I don't know if you agree with me here or not, but that's what I feel, because yeah, I mean that's really possible that for some paintings you might end up using soft light in multiply as your layer mode. For some other paintings you might end up using some different layer modes, and that's totally okay. All right, there are no rules for art and painting as such, and if you think differently, then you can just let me know in the comment section down below. But yeah, so I was just building color here and there, and I was using every color that I usually use for painting skin, and yeah, it looked good to me, so I didn't go ahead and created a new layer to add some more colors in the normal layer mode. But then yeah, it was looking fine, so yeah, I didn't bother creating another layer. And I also went ahead and added color around my grayscale painting, and that's how you can actually go ahead and start coloring your portrait in such a manner. You can just start with grayscale painting, you can just start with grayscale coloring, and then you can just go ahead to turn it into a colored one. It's easy to color your paintings in a grayscale mode. And if you don't know how to, then you can just always go ahead and practice with little things. So if you haven't watched my video on how to draw eyes, nose, lips, definitely go check that out. Start with little things, start with basic things, you know, start shading and painting little basic stuff, and it will just help you practice a lot with grayscale painting, because some people find it hard, and it's not at all hard, you guys. If you just start, you know, practicing it, you will get it. It's really easy. So yeah, there's nothing much to explain here. It's just that keep building the color. At least keep 2 layers with different layer modes, and I usually go ahead with soft light and multiply. You can just play around with layer modes yourself to find out what works for you, and you can also always have one more layer with normal layer mode to add more color onto the painting, because you might still see those gray and black colors even after painting over your grayscale painting. So wherever you see that, you can just go ahead and, you know, add color to it in a normal layer mode style. So I hope this is making sense. It is really easy, you guys. I would highly recommend you guys practicing it. Even if you're not into grayscale painting and you don't want to ever use it, you can just still go ahead and start, you know, practicing it. It's really fun, and definitely go ahead and check my previous video out where I actually teach you guys not only how to do grayscale painting, but how I actually draw eyes, nose, and lips. It's pretty simple, especially in Procreate. So yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed today's mini quick tutorial. If you did, give this video a big thumbs up. If you do create this or something out of my tutorial or any other tutorial, and tag me on Instagram. I really appreciate looking at your artworks, and yeah, other than that, I will see you guys in the next video.